So Claude just designed my logos and nailed it.
I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. Now, what I want to do in this video is go through my chat and show you sort of the iterations it took to get to this final result, because as you can see, it didn't take a one-shot prompt. There was a few iterations just talking to Claude. But on top of that, what I'd also like to do is generate a full, complete brand guideline as well as a completely fresh new asset. So you can watch me create that in real time in this video. And just for context, this is for a platform that I'm starting called Granular, which is a community hub where I can teach and help other founders and designers upskill with Claude and sort of an AI-first process to design beautiful products and experiences, right? And so I started this chat originally on Claude. It wasn't to design the logo, it was to strategize the platform itself, Granular. What is this brand all about? So I went and I already had bought the domain. I knew I wanted to start this up. And I started brainstorming with Claude of what the educational platform can be. Is there any courses, workshops, etc.? And by the time I was getting to the end of sort of the strategy session, I realized, you know what, I need a logo, right? And so if you notice, there was tons of iterations before I arrived at that result, and we'll go through all these iterations in a moment. Essentially, we first came with a whole kind of product strategy for Granular, and then I asked it to give me a logo based on that. And the philosophy behind Granular, just to give you context, is that it's sort of the opposite of what we see today when it comes to vibe coding. Like, most people are very lazy when it comes to working with their AI agents. They just sort of one-shot prompting whatever that comes to their mind, hoping that they can get the best result possible. And once they get the result, they're often just waving the flag of good enough and just proceeding from there and taking it as a win. But if you really talk to your agent like a creative director would, or a head of design would to their most capable employee or design partner, then there's nothing stopping you from achieving the best possible result, equivalent to that of a premium design studio even, right? And that's what Granular is about. It's about being patient. It's about paying attention to the details and working through the details with your AI agent, right? And not tapping out, right? And so I wanted to build this educational platform. That's the sort of core philosophy. And he came up with this initial set of logos, right? Of course, I wasn't going to give up there. It was interesting because it gave me a broad set of options, right? You can see the first option was a 4-grid. Then it had sort of this like breakdown of little kind of layout type grids, and then bracket with a grid inside, and then another couple of other options, right? And it's kind of alluding to this, the fact, again, going back to the philosophy of Granular is, design itself, or product design, is all about the pixel, right? And I think that's where it's kind of drawing from. And I thought the options were cool as far as like an initial starting point, nowhere close to a finished product. But it was good enough for me to then start working closely with Claude to iterate. So you can see from this first one-off prompt, I asked it to then use a specific font, my personal brand font, which is Space Grotesque is what I use. And then I asked it to make it a pixel grid that resembles a G shape. And then I gave it the colors as well. And so this is the second iteration came up with. So it took a pixel grid approach, and it came up with more of a accurate G form. But I thought this was too much density of pixels, right? I thought we can make it less detailed so that it looks more pristine. But I thought it was really cool that it can design all of this right inline in the chat and give me different variations, both the icon only, the word mark, and also a whole breakdown of the grid anatomy. It's like really thinking like a proper logo designer, which is incredible, right? And then from there, I asked it to reduce the density, go for more of a pixel style. It did reduce the density, but not enough for my sort of liking. So I asked it to then just focus on the mark, lose the text for the moment so we can get better results. If it can focus on one thing, then I thought it could do a better job. And oftentimes it does. So that's a little tip. And then I said, yeah, focus on the mark, less frequency, try a circle grid because I wanted to see that. And it was getting somewhere. It was getting simpler, closer to what I had in mind. And then finally, I sort of asked it, think of a retro style retro pixel style. And it came up with these. Now, this is where it started getting closer to what I was hoping for. The only issue with this, again, was too much density. There was like 3 pixels per row and column. I wanted to reduce it to 2, so that's exactly what I said. I said it's too dense, do 2 blocks per row per column, and then it tried to do that. So you can see this row has 2, this row has 2, the pillar on the left has 3. So again, came close, but not quite. So I asked it again, but with 2 blocks on the left side pillar. And it was this one at the end. For some reason, it's being cropped over here, and I noticed that. But it was this last option over here that I felt was exactly what I had in mind, right? A simple G form that was in sort of a pixel style that resembles this idea of granular, of being detailed, right, down to the pixel, right? And so I then asked it to run with that version and make it squircles, right? So a squircle is essentially a rounded square, and we got just that. And it gave me some word marks. And I had to iterate a little bit more because there's some issues with the scale and the padding. So just a few iterations there. I asked it to balance out the padding, and then it did that. Then I asked it that to again continue to balance it out, but also adjust the scale of the word mark, because I thought the icons that it was coming up with next to the text was just too large compared to the text. And so I asked it to make that a bit smaller. And then the final version was this, right? So pristine, beautiful. If I was to design this manually myself, then I don't think I would have been able to do a better job than this, honestly. So we are living in some incredible times. Now, I want to do one more part to this video, is that let's see if we can take this conversation further just for you guys and turn this into a complete sort of brand guideline with potential mockups, right? So I'm going to try and one prompt this because it's got the whole context. It designed beautiful logos for me already. Let's see what we can achieve with this. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use Whisper and add the prompt right here. So design a complete brand guideline for my new brand Granular. Based on our entire conversation around this, use the last set of word marks and the individual icons as well. Create mockups, rulings, and a complete brand book around what the brand is about as well. That people can go through and reference and get clarity on what the company is about and what the brand visuals mean. Okay, let's try that. It's not the best prompt, but let's see what it comes up with. All right, so we've been waiting for around, I'd say maximum 2 to 3 minutes. And this is the final version that it's just given me in HTML as an HTML artifact, which is fully downloadable, by the way. So we can see over here, brand guidelines, 2026 Granular, build beautiful, ship fast. Nice. The brand for people who refuses to choose between beauty and speed. Wow. Granular exists because taste shouldn't be a bottleneck. Designers know what good looks like. Founders know what needs to ship. Claude code bridges the gap. Granular is a system that makes it repeatable. Whew, that is epic. The name Granular refers to the level of control and precision designers bring to their craft. Every pixel, every token, every component decision matters. AI closes the gap on execution, but vision, taste, and design craft remains the harder to acquire assets. Like, if this came from a reputable brand studio, it would hit me equally as hard. Yeah, it's incredible. Let's keep going. All right, who Granular is for? People with vision and taste who want to build real products without waiting on dev teams. Designers, founders, product people. Here's the mark. There we have it. A pixel art G built from 8 squircles on a 4x4 grid. Each block represents a component, a building block, a unit of craft. The empty spaces form the letter. Then we have the grid anatomy. Gorgeous. Look at the empty space callouts. It just shows that this mark is balanced. It's, perfect by the pixel, right? So let's keep going. Whew, look at these marks in the word mark form. Beautiful. So you got the word mark light, the word mark dark, app icons, and then the favicon scale set. 2 colors, no ambiguity. The Granular palette is deliberately constrained. Orange is the signal, black is the foundation. Everything else is supporting neutrals. 2 typefaces, 1 system. You got your light, regular, medium, semi, and bold. And then you got your secondary font, IBM Plex Mono. That's what it's just picked for me. I didn't actually ask it to. And then going down here, we have some logo rules. clear space and minimum size. There's your minimum size. This is the sort of cell width, and then what not to do. Don't use it in different colors. Don't stretch it. Don't rotate it. Nice. Don't blur it. And how it speaks. So direct, proof-driven, opinionated, not salesy, not gatekeepy, not abstract. And you got some writing rules. So it's going beyond just the mark. It's really coming up with, the voice of the brand, which is what I was hoping for. So 3 tiers, 1 system. YouTube mini course, Granular, 0 to live, workshop. It just nailed it. Look at that. Oh my God, the brand in the wild. It's just so pretty. It just did such a good job. Oh my, oh my, oh my. This is where it's at, guys. This is where we've come. I mean, where do we go from here, right? I'm excited. Like, you saw the process. I had to consult. I had to art direct, right? And I used my design experience to get it to this. But still, with minimum effort on my part, like I didn't have to have a designer as a art director. I didn't have to do much other than just tell it what I was thinking, and it got to this result. If you're a brand designer and you've designed brand guidelines like this, you know that it takes weeks or months to get something out like this, right? And this took us, a couple of minutes with a single prompt. Now, once you build a valuable artifact like this on Claude, in this example, this brand guideline, and let's say we want to share it easily with a custom URL, custom domain, then a tool that I like to use is HTMLPub, which is essentially a platform that our team at Lead Pages built to help creators and entrepreneurs easily build pages, sites, prototypes, presentations in Claude Code, and use the MCP to ship it in a live URL very easily. And it comes with a ton of other cool features like e-commerce checkout, blog pages. You can stack full sites together with these HTML artifacts. So it's, the potential is endless. You got to check it out. We recently launched a product hunt and we hit number 3 product of the day. Push my Granular brand guidelines to my HTMLPub account as a live page. That's the prompt. We send it in, and it's going to use the MCP connector for HTMLPub to publish it in a live URL, and then I can share that or host it in a custom domain. And yeah, I can easily share the link out. As you can see, it's creating the page in HTMLPub via the request. There we have it. Let's go ahead and click the link. Boom, we got it in a live link, and I can share this out with my team. It's just a ever-living asset now on the web. So if you want to check out HTMLPub, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for future videos because I'm going to keep building this out and I'm going to be sharing my process. And yeah, if you're new here, make sure you do subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you in a future video. And of course, never stop building.